How's that? Thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay, now we go to Mr. Albas for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's a pleasure to be here today as a guest on the committee. Minister, nice to see you. I haven't interacted with you since you left our Finance Committee table. I'm sure you don't miss us, but we miss you. However, I'd like just to kind of follow up with my colleague, MP Finlay, just in regards to plain packaging. First of all, we have a public health care system in this country which obviously is funded by tax dollars. If you have any leakage in the system, so to speak, from excise tax for cigarettes or whatnot, then that means that some other dollars are going to have to pick up for it. So I'm a little concerned when you say that the CRA excise stamp will clearly identify what is a legal product and what is an illegal product, because it has been brought up that those stamps have been found on illegal baggies. Have you heard of this, Minister?
Yes, I have.
Have you encouraged the Minister of National Revenue to conduct a study or a review of the program as to how these CRA excise stamps are ending up on illegal counterfeit products?
With respect, as I've indicated earlier, resources have been put in place to provide RCMP, public safety, and also Canadian Border Services with the resources that they need to ensure that they can conduct the work that is needed in this area. Contraband, the area of contraband is an issue, but for myself as Health Minister, my priority is the health and safety of Canadians, and I truly want to ensure that we can do all that we can to reduce the numbers of smokers in this country and to ensure that people do not get addicted to nicotine products.
So further to my colleague's suggestion, though, if illegal contraband products are now displaying the CRA stamp, and you're suggesting that that is going to be the sole differentiation between an illegal product and a legal product, because what will end up happening is not only will smokers inadvertently purchase the product, they will not be contributing to our tax system, they will be consuming things we don't know what is in it. And at the same token, Minister, we're going to see reduced revenues. And again, the lower the cost is, usually the higher the consumption. That's basic microeconomics. So, Minister, are there other steps beyond just the excise stamp? Because I don't think that this has been battle tested. If you have a program that is currently not working as intended, to only now say let's count on it with plain packaging as being the sole differentiator, that's not a very good plan.
Well, once again, thank you so much for your question. And I want to be clear, we take the issue of contraband very seriously, and that is why that we have provided resources to our three main agencies, as I've listed earlier, with respect to the RCMP, Canadian Border Services, to do the work that is needed. And we, again, I have to reiterate, we take the issue of contraband seriously.
I appreciate you've talked to the Minister of National Revenue. I'd like to switch gears now to vaping. In the bill, it gives you the power to schedule and list certain types of product. Now, you've said it's to protect children, and I don't disagree with that we need to protect children. What I would say is, first of all, marijuana is listed as being on there. However, it seems kind of interesting to me that you would say people over you have to be 18 to buy a vaping product, but you can't buy marijuana flavored vaping products, yet they can go and buy, under the new regime that you proposed in C46 and C45, marijuana. Why have you listed marijuana as one of the flavors that cannot be sold?
If I understand your question correctly, with respect to the possibility of down the road being able to vape cannabis types of products, that part of the legislation will not be allowed until the first year of the passing of Bill C-45. When it comes to vaping cannabis, that would be considered a form of
flavor. I'm talking about the flavors that have been banned. So it may not even be real cannabis inside of it. It just is a flavor that's been banned.
With respect to the Bill S-5?
We're not allowed
yes.
cannabis flavor.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah, and we're not allowing cannabis flavor because, once again, we certainly want to make sure that it's not going to be attractive to youth.
But you're just allowing the real thing on another side, and yet you're saying that you can't let adults who are 18 and older access marijuana-flavored vaping products. To me, that just makes absolutely no sense. The last thing I would just suggest, Minister, is scheduling these kinds of things. What happens if someone starts naming their products instead of cotton candy? Why don't they just start saying Lifesaver or rainbow flavored, or those kinds of things? I think that this is going to be a very troublesome regime for your office, just because markets will move rather quickly. Could you respond to those concerns?
Very quickly, please.
I think, once again, we're talking about apples and oranges here, and I think we have to be very, very clear. We are moving forward with Bill S-5, and with respect to the issue of flavors, we want to make sure that there's strict restrictions that are in place to ensure that in no way these products will be attractive to children. We also recognize, however, that there are benefits to adults who choose to want to use these products. Going from smoking to using vaping products, the evidence is clear that it's less harmful, and that is why we're moving forward with this balanced type of regime to ensure that we can offer the products to those who need it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Oliver, 5 minutes.